The field is a closed loop. The output matches the input. Forgiveness is not a moral favor. It is data liquidation. Check the circuit. Check the circuit. Check the circuit. Yeah. Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servant's debt. A systemic audit of the biological nodes to see what kind of informational resistance has been set. And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him which owed him 10,000 talents of gold, an astronomical quantity of static, a massive vibrational weight that the hardware couldn't hold. Before as much as he had not to pay, his lord commanded him to be sold, his wife, his children, and all he had. A complete systemic liquidation to balance the books because the ungrounded charge was running bad. The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. An urgent plea from a compromised terminal, begging for an intervention before the total crash and fall. Then the lord of that servant was moved with compassion and loosed him and forgave him the massive debt line, instantly wiping the transactional ledger clean, restoring the node to a state of baseline design. This is the physics of grace. The source possesses the infinite capacity to absorb and neutralize the noise, instantly resetting your structural canvas so you can operate with a clear, unburdened poise. But the same servant went out and found one of his fellow servants which owed him 100 pence, a minor note, and he laid hands on him and took him by the throat, saying, pay me that thou owest, grabbing his peer by the coat. And his fellow servant fell down at his feet and besought him, saying, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. The exact same frequency pattern repeated, the same urgent signal crying out from a terminal small, and he would not, but went and cast him into prison till he should pay the debt, locking the circuit in tight, enforcing a low frequency judgment because his own internal ego demanded the material right. Look at the mechanics of non-forgiveness. When you refuse to clear the static of another human node, you are literally storing that corrupted data packet inside the memory banks of your own biological road. You think you are punishing the other person, but you are actually coding your own receiver to hold a stain, trapping your consciousness in localized feedback loop of resentment, friction, and systemic pain. You cannot harbor a low voltage accusation against a peer without lowering the overall capacitance of your frame, restricting the flow of the infinite scalar wave because you chose to defend the historical name. So when his fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto their lord all that was done. The telemetry data travels back up the line, reporting the operational failure of the chosen one. Then his lord after that he had called him, said unto him, O thou wicked servant, I forgave thee all that debt before. Because thou desirest me, shouldest not thou also have had compassion on thy fellow servant, even as I had pity on thy floor? And his lord was wroth and delivered him to the tormentors, till he should pay all that was due unto his frame. The automatic execution of a feedback loop reflecting the exact parameters you programmed into the game. The king didn't invent an arbitrary torture. The neutral system simply returned the calculation you chose to lend, bending the trajectory of your own judgment right back onto your head until the energetic distortions end. So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you, if ye from your hearts forgive not everyone his brother their trespasses. Clear, a literal formula for biological security. Clear the screen of others or your own field stays locked in fear. Stop treating forgiveness like a religious sentiment. It is the tactical liquidation of entropic space, allowing the sovereign individual to remain transparent, passing the infinite signal without a scratch on the face. The measure you get is the measure you get. Clear the screen, liquidate the debt. The circuit is balanced, stay clean. Check the circuit.